Bam! Alright guys, I've been fishing this morning, but I was with somebody else and we caught quite a few fish. I didn't film any of it because I didn't know how the morning was going to go, or it was a guide trip, or whether he wanted to be on camera, so I didn't take my camera. Found out later on he was okay with it, but that's fine. There you go. That's a nice fish. So I thought I'd better get back out here to see him and make a video. That's a nice fish, guys. That's a good, there you go. This is a new color I'm playing with. That's a good, he's probably pushing 12 inches, isn't he? Now guys, this color, let me get y'all where y'all can see here. This is remelt blue from Shiny Color, all right? It's not a real dark blue. I can see through it pretty easy. I can see the silver and blue flake in it. The belly is Pink Lady. Now, I know it don't look real pinker, but this is what the belly is. Yep. When you shoot these things in dual colors, it changes them a lot, I'm telling you. When I shoot Killer, which is Blue Boy top, I've got to make the blue darker, or else it just takes away from it. But this is Pink Lady. This same plastic right here I shot in its belly. Alright? So it don't look quite as pink there, but it is. It's the same plastic I shot that one with. Alright, but it's got a pink hue to it. And what I might have to do next time, these are test baits, I might have to add more pink to it, make it just a little pinker maybe. All right, and that's what you learn when you're making baits. You know, you gotta, especially dual colors, you gotta adjust for the dual colors. I'm fishing a little stump here. Y'all seen me fish this before. The crappie right now are scattered on any shallow cover. They're in 10 foot right there on a stump. Can y'all see them right there? That's the stump. This is the fish around them. Alright, I don't know where I threw it. I don't see my bait. Sometimes I can see my bait, sometimes I can't. Usually if I get it close to the fish, I can tell by the movements of the fish exactly how close I am. I don't see it. I don't see the fish moving. I might just made a bad cast. Let me get it back in here. But this is going to be a new color. This Labradoodle, I think it is, on this boat. I know it looks like it's a long ways from me, guys. It's about 60 feet. Pretty dog, isn't it? Bam! I moved from that stump, guys. I caught the one and they wouldn't pay any attention to me. I even switched 2-3 different colors just to see if it, because this color's the first time I fished it, right? That was the first time I fished this today. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. That was the first fish on this color. This made this color this week. I've been in the shop a lot this week. That's a nice fish, guys. Look at that. The last one was a nice fish. Maybe this color is just going to catch big fish. That's a good fish too. He's pushing 12 inches. All right. Yeah, it's just leftover blue. Like I said, if I'd done anything to change it, I would probably make the pink just a touch pinker, and maybe put one drop of blue more in it. But this was just the Shiny Color meltdown without anything added. See, you can see my this is a I can't think of the brand of the jig now, but this has a little bit of keeper on it. I left it on it because it's very small, and you can see it through the bait, so you can see it in that blue. So either one of these colors is very dark. It's more of a clear water color. I showed this on Wednesday night, and somebody made the comment, I think, that it'd be a good stain water color. It's not going to be any good in stain water. It's too natural looking. I wasn't trying to make a stain water color, but I've got some stain water colors coming up. I've got the other one I showed you is Flamingo color, which is a bright pink with a pink belly, and that should be light pink belly. That should be good, really good in dingy water. My depth finder cut off. Spot lock cut off, and the other one I'm working on a couple more. The other one I'm working on is I got it in Yummy. I call it Yummy in the Stinger and tadpole, full-size tadpole, but I'm gonna put it in the LC Shad next year. It's basically a yellowish brown back and with a chartreuse belly, and it works fine. I sent some out today. Somebody bought some. It works fine in dirty water. So I'm gonna come up with a couple more dirty water colors, because I know some of y'all hollering, hey, I'm down here in Alabama, I'm down in Louisiana, I'm in the bottom of southern Mississippi, and the water's pretty nasty. So I can see down right now about 3 foot. So a lot of these colors I make are working great here, and I know some of the colors that y'all want are not any good to me. I understand that. Bam. They seem to like it in this clear water. Now I got hung up that time and I shook it off of the treetop and he hit it. I just left a cove, guys, that had some crappie in it. I fished there for a half an hour, and there was little, they wasn't on any cover. Some brush there that I put down, they wasn't on that. But the brush is just little pieces, guys, little stake beds, very small. Actually, it's bamboo. I got bamboo in my backyard. I cut it out and just put it in gallon containers so it would stand up in there. And it was a couple on that, but they were very small. The bigger fish were out in the open water, just roaming around open water. And I could not get them to stay with me. They would follow me a little bit and quit. I finally left, never caught a fish there. Now I'm telling you that, you're going like, Dennis, why are you telling us we're not catching any fish? I fished with a guy this morning, as I said in the first fish. We went out and fished, a little guide trip, and we caught about, we probably caught at least 30 more. And we got a place that was easy to catch. They're not always easy to catch. Even if you have a live scope and you find them and say there they are, that don't mean you're going to catch them. I see people make comments on people's videos about that, and that's not realistic. If they're not feeding, I don't care what you got, they're not going to hit. I think right now they're chasing shad a lot. The water's 61, 62. They're chasing shad at night, and during the day, I think they're like an old deer. They eat at night a lot of times. What do deer do during the day? They lay around in the sun. I think it's what the crappie are doing now. They're getting places and they're sucking up the sun. The water's comfortable to them. They're not on boathouses. I've looked at a lot of boathouses today. They're not on them. They don't need the shade now, see, because the water's cooler. So they're getting on any kind of cover, stumps or anything, just hanging around, and they're moving around in small pods of 15 or 20 is what it looks like. And some of those that are moving around in those small pods, small schools, are not interested in eating. I'll tell you one thing, they like this color. The ones at the stump now was about 10 at that stump where I caught the first big one. There were some small ones there. The small ones don't like this color. They wouldn't even pay attention to it. And here, this is the smallest fish I've caught on it so far, and he's probably 10 and a half. Couldn't that be something, guys, if I invented a big fish color? Fish 10 inches and smaller won't even bite it. That'd be great, wouldn't it? He'd been nicked on the tail. Catch a lot of fish like oh, look, a hook fell right over his mouth. He's a nice fish. He's probably 10 and 5/8. Y'all want to see if we can catch one more in this color before we quit? Now I made one cast in between these fish. I didn't catch anything, so I don't know how many does that make? 4? I've made about 6 casts. Now let me fix this. I'll show you. All right. Yeah, I had it way down there, guys, so I can see the top of it. See here? You can see the limbs right here. See the limbs coming up? So ain't but a couple scattered through there. You gotta, it's just a tree laying down in the water. You gotta kind of work it through there if they get hung up. That's where a live scope can help you some. If I can see my bait, I know it's close to the tree, I just slow it down real slow. If I get hung up, I get hung up. It's so be it, right? Bam. Wow. I'm gonna say it's a bass, the way he was fighting. Well, they fight hard in this cooler water, don't they? All right, guys. I don't have me I caught there, but I'm gonna cut it off. One thing I found when I make longer videos, I've said this on Wednesday night, y'all don't watch them. Your attention span, they say, is 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, most of you are clicking off, so there you go. All right, guys, I have no name for it. We'll talk about that later on. I knocked the yellow off my head, didn't I? I got yellow paint on my fingers, guys. I painted the room yellow Friday. Didn't get it all off, did I? I have no name for it. It's pink lady bottom, tops, like I said, just a remelt blue. Trying to figure out a way to use some of that remelt, but that one works, catches fish, good clear water color. Like I say, visibility here is 2.5, 3 foot, works just fine. Appreciate y'all guys, fishing lake country. Leave a comment, I'll answer back to you any way I can, okay? Whatever you say, I'll try to answer you. Appreciate each and every one of you. See you next time, fishing lake country.